Bitch start tripping, now I'm blue. Mega man, I can't win for losing cause I got too many haters, man. Used to be the paper boy, grew up now I'm mega man. Player 1, player 2, show your ass what players do. Up, down, left, right, hit her with a stronger time. Yeah, I smoke the strongest pack. Tell me what is wrong with that. More coins in the laundromat, you can't help but honor that. Jam man, mega man, more games than the Sega man.
For all my true believers, you are now checking in with Justinjusto. Go beyond plus ultra!
What's going on, everybody? This is the Check-in, and I'm Justin with Justo. Today we're here with
AG the motherfucking God. Don't forget the motherfucking.
And we just gonna chop it up, man. I want to know what made you want to be a rapper.
Man, you know what's crazy? So I don't really consider myself to be a rapper, and I'm gonna tell you why. I feel when you start putting titles on musicians, there's certain shit that come with it. I don't live that rapper lifestyle. I don't need the chains. I don't need the flaunt. Like, I don't need the drip, right? I just want my bread. I don't care about nothing else. I just want the bread. But I do consider myself, I'm an artist. And at the very least, I'm really just a dude who like making music with his friends. But what made me want to do it, man? Shout out to the big homie Ace, because I'm gonna be real with you, I didn't think about it, but then my homie, he actually works here when I was a student. We was just, ciphering one day, he was like, "That's you?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's me." And then next thing I know, we in the booth and I'm recording my first single. And here we are years later, and now, well, you heard it, shit, now here we are, you know what I mean? So, it's definitely been a blessing, definitely been humble, but really, I just became an artist just out of the fun of it, just because I like music.
What sparked that initial curiosity as far as being an artist and wanting to express whatever it was that you were trying to express through art?
Man, growing up how I grew up, grow up in the hood, I know it seems like a stereotype or a facade, but the truth is, when you grow up in poverty, you don't got a lot of options. And one of the easy options is just writing, is art, is saying something on top of your head and doing it to a way where it's entertaining and it's expressive and it's informative. But I think for me, it's just, reaching the people, changing the world. I feel like music is one of those mediums that reach you regardless of where you are, your social class, your economic standing. A good song is a good song, good hit is a good hit. And when music touch you, those vibrations really do make people feel something.
Right. So what was the one that you said, what would you say would be like your favorite like song that you dropped, like that touched you? Like it could be old, like whenever you play, it's just like you feel that vibe right there when you was doing it in the middle of making it.
Oh man, great song. So that's actually my latest song. It's called Shame. Me and the homie Ace, we dropped that one day. I was at work one day. He was going through some stuff. He just sent me the beat. He was like, "Yo, drop some of this." And at that time I was going through some things in my personal life, some emotional things, and really just I feel like I always leave it on the track, but I feel like with Shame, that was. And I do got another song called Please. That one definitely, talks about social injustices from the perspective of a black man. But I think with Shame, that verse is a real, just me really just expressing my feelings. Me really trying to express my feelings.
Now, do you consider yourself a conscious rapper?
I would say so. I feel music is definitely a medium for either good or bad. But like all tools, depending on how you use it, it's gonna have a different outcome. But when I say a conscious rapper, I would say I'm conscious, yes, because I really think about what I put out there. Because at the end of the day, like anything you put out there, that's here forever. That's immortal. You know what I'm saying? And I would rather be known for my mind and for my intelligence, my intellect, and my person, rather than somebody who was just culture vulture or just, riding a wave or, just saying shit just to get views. Like if I want legitimate views, I don't want shit that's not organic. I don't want stuff that's not real. I want I want that real connection with my audience. I don't want to pay for my followers.
The Check-in.
You. Don't be self-conscious about your dry skin or acne. 1015 Organics has just what you're looking for. Do you have acne, minor inflammatory, dry skin, hair, or scalp? We offer different organic skin products from face cleansers, body wash, organic soaps, body butter, and deodorant. If you suffer from dry scalp or you know a newborn with cradle cap, our products are safe enough to use on a newborn baby. We have a selection of different shampoo, conditioner, and scalp oils, such as coconut oil, rosemary mint, almond oil, argan oil, and many more to strengthen your hair follicles. It all starts at the roots, and it starts with you. Here at 1015 Organics, all of our products are made with care. Visit our website at ten15og.com or give us a call to place your order over the phone at 800-224-4466. Whether you have locks like Goldie or your head is is as smooth as a baby. Don't leave your scalp untreated. Go over to www.ten15og.com. Remember, go over to ten15.com.
For all my true believers, you are now checking in with JustinJusto. Go beyond plus ultra!
What's going on, everybody? This is the Check-in, and I'm Justin with Justo. Today we're here with
AG the motherfucking God. Don't forget the motherfucking.
Now, I know it's hard sometimes trying to find that balance from being super conscious and trying to say something that's catchy that somebody will like, as you know, in the other areas of rap. Do you feel like as a conscious rapper it's hard to get more shine or harder to get more traction off the gate, or as an underground artist?
Absolutely. If you're not rapping about something viral, like no cap, but what's the one shorty with the one, something about a butthole, right? Whatever.
Yeah,
right. Now, let's be real. I'm not throwing shade at her success. No, this ain't no hating, but we being real as hip hop lovers. What the fuck is that? No shade. This ain't me trashing black women. Nothing. But like the fact is, she is gonna be known synonymously for my booty hole, like for the rest of her life. That's what she gonna be known for. Yeah, she getting a bag now. What about 10, 20 years from now? When you wanna be taken more legitimately as a person. We're trying to grow as an individual. Yeah, I'm not saying people can't make mistakes and shit like that. I'm not saying that. But I feel like it's one thing to make a mistake. It's another thing to make a song specifically for a reason to go viral, specifically to get the limelight, specifically to get money. You're doing that on purpose. You're riding the trend on purpose. I just feel like for me, that was a very intentional move. I don't feel like it had nothing to do with conscious music, it had nothing to do with hip hop. I feel like it was just only perpetuating this notion that hip hop is unintelligent or hip hop dumbs people down or it has this, just a negative rhetoric or negative connotation. But I feel like compared to like your conscious music, like versus, something that's just viral, I just feel like it's two different levels of work that kind of get put in. Yeah, both of them have fun and I respect both people's craft, but I feel like just saying some shit that's catchy, yeah, that's cool, but it's not the same as putting, like, would you compare Kendrick Lamar to her?
No.
Would you put them in any level or room or table or bus or seat together? Like, what comparison would you draw?
It would be a fun feature. That's like when you see J. Cole and 21 Savage. To me, that's what I would compare that to be. Because you don't really see conscious rappers hop on the track with just like trap rappers.
Right.
You don't see that interaction for real anymore. You don't got a lot of people coming out like how Common and Kanye West was.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You don't see that duo like the Backpack Kids duoing up with the conscious rappers anymore. That's not happening. You know what I mean? So with that being said, is it hard for you to find more features being a conscious rapper?
Oh, no, not at all. Like I said, I made you the motherfucking God. Don't forget the motherfucking riot, so I'm going to eat regardless. But also for me, I feel like people have enough respect for me where they understand I'm versatile. I can do a little bit of everything. Yeah, I'm a conscious rapper. But, I still come from where I come from. I have my life experiences, And again, I want to say this for the listeners. By no means am I attacking, trap rappers or anybody that wouldn't consider themselves conscious rappers. I'm talking about from, I'm throwing a very blanket statement. It's nobody particular. I just feel like when we talk about the perpetuation, there's different images that go along with it, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like me as a conscious rapper, I have one image, I have one demographic versus people who were trap rappers. They have a different demographic, a different image that they have to kind of keep up. So when you have that, like, a certain rapper who, has to wear, gold and jewels and chain, that look that we're looking for versus me. Excuse me, I'm losing my train of thought. I'm a gym kind of guy. I'm a stone kind of guy. You know what I mean? I just need stones and I'm straight. But like that already dynamic. You got diamonds. I got ambergris or or some type of different rock on me. Amethyst. Yeah, my bad, amethyst. So it's like that already. It's two different dynamics. Now, does that mean that this brother's not conscious in himself? No, I just feel like what he's perpetuating is not doing himself any favors as a person.
So you feel the image, people are getting more consumed into the image and the image is pushing through into the music.
Absolutely. The first thing you see, like even when you hear the song, the first thing you think of, when you listen to the music, when we rap and we use our words, that is our job. Our job is to create a visualization of what we're talking about. And when you're talking about bitches, this, cars, that, like the shit that we've heard for the last couple years, it's all the same image. Like all the niggas got on the shit shit on their fingers. Like it's the same type of jewelry. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, it's so carbon copy. All they doing is maybe changing the colors. Literally, and maybe somebody over here do something crazy, you know, Pokemon or something like that, and stand out or something like that. But at the end of the day, once they stop perpetuating that image that got them famous, they drop off. Look at that. What's that one dude? What's his name? J. Cole called his ass out on it.
Gucci Gang.
Yeah. Perfect example.
His name is Little Pump, people. Little Pump.
See right there how I don't know his name, but I can tell you what he looked like? Right. That's what I'm talking about. I don't want to be synonymous. I don't want that type of synonymous with myself. I just feel like, why are you working? What are you working for if not to be immortal? That's all I'm saying.
The Check-in.
Are you ready for this? Valley View Auto's got all the hottest SUVs you've been looking for. Enjoy a test drive at 1200 Central Avenue and drive one of these powerful vehicles off the lot for half the price. Yes, half the price. Get yourself to Valley View quickly and take advantage of this outrageous sale. It's going on for 24 hours and the vehicles are leaving faster than you can say 4-wheel drive. Valley View Automotive, 1200 Central Avenue in Valley View, a dealership you can depend on.
For all my true believers, you are now checking in with JustinJusto. Go beyond Plus Ultra!
What's going on, everybody? This is the Check-in, and I'm Justin with Justo. Today we're here with
AG the motherfucking God. Don't forget the motherfucker.
And you're also a dad, right?
Yeah, father of 4, man, and I love him. Oh, I love him to death. Love him. Oh, I love him, baby.
So let's talk on being a dad. How important is it to you for being a dad?
I think being a father is the most important thing I've done in my life. I feel like the Creator specifically put me here to be a father, and not just a father to my kids, but to be an example, because I'm a black man. I ain't had no dad. So I'm figuring all this shit out as I go. There's no God, there's no manual, nothing.
So you never met your dad?
All right, so when I met my pops, this is how the situation went. Met my pops, he looked me up and down, looked real disgusted, right? All he said to me is, you should have been one of the ones that got swallowed. Damn. Walked away. That was the last time I talked to my pops. Now, true story? True story. That was my interaction with my pops. He looked me up and down, disgusted. You should have been one that got swallowed, and walked away.
What's your ethnicity, so people at home can be clear?
Nah, for sure. So I'm a proud person of color. I am a black man, but I do have some very some island in me. Got some Samoan, some Puerto Rican, some Dominican. So I got a little diversity. But at the end of the day, I feel like it's all black. But yeah. But I'm very mixed. Proud of it.
Right. So I never knew that about him right there, y'all. That's my first time hearing that. Crazy thing to relate, I never met my dad until I was 18 years old. He left when I was 3. I had a partial memory of him over at the old Swifton Commons giving me some candy, and that was it. I had a picture of him and my mom, and it was like a third of his face. So it was literally just like the eye, a piece of the nose, and like the corner of the mouth.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I literally grew up thinking my dad was and he moved to LA. So I literally grew up thinking my dad was Tupac.
That's some of the opera type shit.
Yeah, I thought my dad was Tupac growing up. Seriously, that's who I thought it was. LA, you tell the kids details, they fill in the blanks.
Oh, your imagination take over.
So being a dad is super important to me because I'm trying to break a generational curse of abandonment.
Say it again. I don't think they heard you.
I'm trying to break a generational curse. Breaking generational curses as black men is super important to me. I think, especially as being dads, because children, my kids, I feel like changed my life.
Man, I agree 300. Listen, the man, I ain't gonna say the man I was because I don't think I was a man yet. Mm-hmm. The individual that I was before I became a father is not the man that I am now, 4 kids in, and thankfully and rightfully so, because I feel like you should grow. You shouldn't be the same person in your 20s.
And it feels like, I can only speak for myself personally, but agree with me if I'm right. It feels like with every child, you come through a new threshold of manhood.
Absolutely. Yeah. So my oldest son, he was a challenge because it's like, yo, what the fuck do I do? I don't know nothing. I'm just she's like, I'm pregnant. I'm like, oh, damn. That's crazy, boy. You know what I'm saying? But then you look at him and every time I do something, he laugh. And he just, man, my oldest son, when he was little, man, he just had this little round face and he laughed. Man, listen, but so that was one, but I was frustrated with him in the sense I didn't know what to do when he cried. I didn't know what to do. I had nobody to call for advice. I had no uncles, my grandfather passed away, and that was about the only representation I have. But there was nobody to call.
How old were you when your grandfather spoke?
Oh man, I was in my teenage years. I was still in high school, but I think when I was about 7, My grandmother had passed away, and after that, my family kind of split. You know, that glue left. So we saw him less and less, and then like the more I saw my great grandmother and him, we just health was deteriorating. You know what I'm saying?
I relate to that. My grandmother passed, and she was the glue to my family as well. It's like one of those things that's like super surreal.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's like, where'd everybody go?
Yeah, like, and that's the thing. Like, I grew up with Big Mama, Sunday dinners. We somebody like going to Family Market.
Like that BT movie.
Which one?
Big Mama.
Big Mama, yeah. Or Soul Food.
Yeah, when
Soul
she
Food.
passed, and the whole family just.
Yeah, that's a real. I feel like that's a real representation of kind of. And I tell you, it's funny. I remember when. Actually, matter of fact, when I think about it, I was in the 6th grade when she passed away. Because
You was young.
I was, because I remember. I was in elementary school and I was telling them about it, and this one dude, real rude ass nigga, man, my bad. Thinking about this, man, I just want to go back and whoop his ass. He gonna say, man, that was just soul food. So I look over this and I'm like, so damn, my grandmother can't pass away and we can't be mad at Sunday dinner too?
The Check-in.
Hey girl, it's Valentine's Day. Come get cute, whether you're vibing alone or planning a relaxing getaway for two. 20% off all mani-pedis. This weekend only at Miranda Spa and Hair Salon. And that's not it. We have many options from the full spa experience, nails, pedicures, facials, massages, and skincare. We have professionals here to make this an experience you won't forget. Here at Miranda Spa and Hair Salon. Come on down to 4200 Weber Drive in Cincinnati, Ohio. Open 7 days a week. 20% off all mani-pedis this weekend only at Miranda Spa and Hair Salon. Remember, this weekend only, 20% off now. Don't forget to stop by 4200 Weber Drive in Cincinnati, Ohio, or give us a call at 513-808-5200. Come get the full spa experience, nails, pedicures, facials, massages, and skincare. 4200 Weber Drive, Cincinnati, Ohio. Call now, 513-808-5200. Remember, it's 20% off all manis and petties this weekend only. Again, don't forget to call 513-808-5200. Call now.
For all my true believers, you are now checking in with Justinjusto. Go beyond plus ultra!
What's going on, everybody? This is the Check-in, and I'm Justin with Justo. Today we're here with
AG the motherfucking guy. Don't forget the motherfucker.
Check-in.
Like I said, growing up, the only fathers I had was sitcom fathers. I had the, you know.
You had like the J. Cole type shit.
First things first, rest in peace, Uncle Phil. For real. You the only father that I ever knew. I get my bitch pregnant, I'm gonna be a better you. Like that verse when I heard it, that's real shit because the Uncle Phil's, you know, say what you want to say, but the Cliff Huxtables, you know what I'm saying? Like all those sitcoms there, that's all you have.
There still was a meaning behind all the writing and everything, despite the characters and their personal life, what they portrayed. You know what I mean? But there was still a meaning behind.
Oh yeah, no, Cliff Huxtable was, you know, that I feel like that. I don't know, like Cliff Huxtable, he was successful. He loved his wife. He did right by his family. He was open. He was non-toxic. For what I had growing up, I grew up with them type of man to fuck up niggas. I grew up with that, you crying ass nigga, get money ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's what I grew up with. And in hindsight, that is not what we should be telling our young boys. Get money, man, to fuck up. Because I feel like we as black men, we don't have a space of what it means to be a man. We don't have a clear definition. We base our shit about financial shit. But the irony about that is, as black men, we're not set up to be financially successful. So from the very start, mentally, we already have doomed ourselves. You doom yourself for being, you know, a failure, but you're born into a system that don't want you to succeed. Now, this is not taking away personal choice by any means, but at the end of the day, I'm not born with a life insurance policy in my name that gives dividends or residual income. I'm not born with a grandpa who can buy me this or buy me, like, I'm just not born with that shit. I'm not saying that black people aren't born with that. I'm talking about the people that I know, people in this traditionally, the average black person that I have met in my life, we not born with that shit. We in the sticks trying to get it all together, and we only get out the same way, either drugs, music, or sports, or dead. That's your only 4 options where I'm from.
Now, speaking of that, you said you had a son. I do as well. My son
3 sons actually.
3 sons?
I got 3 sons and a daughter. Yes,
congratulations to you. I got 1 son and 2 beautiful daughters.
Oh man.
My son is the youngest.
See, I got reversed. My son is the oldest. My daughter the youngest.
Yeah, my son just turned 2.
Lefties, man. That's
terrible twos. Oh, jeez.
Ooh, they about to kick in.
No, he's going through double time because his sister is 3, so we had them back to back.
See, my daughter.
So it's like having twins. It's literally they're literally Irish twins. They're the true definition. They're not even a whole year apart.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
So, with all that being said, do you find yourself trying to install a lot of those core values from your grandmother and like you said, sitcom dads and stuff like that to your kids, and try to make sure that they feel that love and they don't make certain mistakes that you made?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I don't want my kids to grow up toxic, and I know I feel like we kind of use that term a little bit much now, but yeah. But I feel like when I'm talking about I'm talking about growing them with characteristics that don't behoove them as individuals, like growing them up to be spiteful, not expressing themselves, not talking. Like these are things that as you grow up, when you turn into an adult, they hinder you professionally, they hinder you personally, and I feel like I've had enough trauma for all my kids. If I can eliminate and alleviate any trauma that they might have and give them good skills and teach them how to communicate and be good fucking decent human beings at an early age, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I'm going to love them how Cliff Huxtable did. I mean, and I want to give them, that quote American dream, the house in the backyard and the dog. Like I want all that shit for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, who don't want that? I would hope you want your kids to have better than what you had, you know what I'm saying? But I think for sure the thing I'm trying to do, I'm trying to separate what was healthy and what was not healthy. Because a lot of that love that we received, I feel like some of that shit, we grew up a certain way just because of the time. They were raising us to not be problems in society. You know what I mean?
Right. They didn't want us to be they didn't want us to be a statistic. You know what I mean?
Correct. So I feel like with them, because if you think about it, let's break down us as black people. Let's break down how it go. We are alive with folks still that grew up during Jim Crow. Right? Now, those folks were alive with people who had ideologies based in slavery and pre-America, you know what I'm saying? So to think that those things don't carry over with the next generation, I feel like that's just ignorant to think that those things don't carry over and that trauma don't carry over. If we have trauma that carries over as black people, the oppressors have trauma that also carries over.
Now you're speaking on like generational trauma, like almost generational PTSD.
It is,
and it's embedded. And what a lot of people don't know is PTSD can be embedded genetically. You know what I mean? Like your child can still have PTSD from something you went through in your life.
Exactly, and and studying the science, because one thing I'm a big advocate for mental health, and in doing that, I try to study the science behind it. We got to do more than pray. We got to learn the reason behind it too. But at the end of the day, me being yelled at and me being how I was treated, I have now normalized those things. And I realized one day, my son, I was like, I don't know what happened, but I was yelling at him. And I wasn't like, berating him or, anything like that. But he started crying because I was yelling at him. And I realized then, what the fuck are you doing? This ain't right. And I just came to a point where I realized the way I was raised may have been wrong. And I feel like, we respect your elders, don't say that. But no, the way we was raised and the terms we were raised under, those were wrong terms.
I agree with that. Like 90% of the time, like if you think back to your childhood, I was born in the early 90s.
Yeah, 92.
92, I'm 91. So it's like if you were born in that era, 90% of the time you were in a car, you start crying and yelling, showing your ass or whatever. What was the first thing we were told? You turned around.
Yeah, let me turn this car around.
Or shut the fuck up.
Yeah. You got hit with a seatbelt, whatever they had their hand on.
And I feel like, you respect your elders, and that's why I agree with you. If you were raised wrong and you are acknowledging it, I don't feel like that's not disrespecting your elders. I feel like that's just acknowledging patterns that need to be changed in order for progressive growth to happen.
Absolutely. That is an elegant way to put it, because at the end of the day, that's all it is. Me identifying that you whooping my ass for everything I did and whooping my ass for making mistakes I didn't know were mistakes. And at the end of the day, those things are traumatizing. Those things, because I can't do this to this, I can't do this to this and this and this. So then you take that plus the shit that was experienced when parents wasn't around, when you was in the hood fending for yourself. Yeah. That's like, there's a whole dichotomy of just what the fuck.
Do you believe in what's those called, vaccinations for your kids?
So yes, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why, for their safety. Because at the end of the day, I feel like people, and I don't know where this thing kind of came from, but at the end of the day, people learn their history. There was a point in time where children in this country had polio.
Yes.
No, I'm not gonna put my child in that risk. I just don't feel like.
Me personally, I don't believe in them. My oldest had them, and this is one of those things where it was like, was this good for her or not? Because I noticed a few things in her health changed after she had the shots.
I can see that.
And then now with my youngest daughter, which is my middle child, her name is Josie.
Okay, yeah, I like Josie.
Jozi. She's named after the capital of Africa.
Hell yeah, that's what's
You
up.
feel what I'm saying? And
Blessings.
she's beautiful, light skinned baby.
I can imagine.
It's one of those things where it's like she has epilepsy.
Oh, okay.
Okay, she has seizures.
Gotcha.
So as a dad now, it's like, do I put her at risk for anything else by giving her these vaccinations? You know what I'm saying?
And I feel like that's definitely that's a hard middle ground. I think for me, the reason I'm not against them, my second son, his name's Alexin.
Oh, that's a nice name.
Thank you.
How you spell it?
Alyxon.
Oh, that's different.
Thank you. I
like
try
that.
to. I try to give them names that stick out.
But not be so like.
Black, yeah, I mean.
But that,
You know what I mean, nigga? LaQuar Tavianis? What?
No disrespect to anybody who has a name like that. But me and my wife had a discussion about that as well.
Now hold on. No, let's bring it back to all my niggas. Y'all know if y'all got a nigga name. Let's be real. Y'all know y'all name messed up. Cause when you try to spell that shit in kindergarten, you was confused. You forgot an I over here, an X, Y here, a Z right here. Right. I'm playing. But I try to give them names that's unique to them. But so one day we going for ultrasound and everything cool. Then the nurse is like, oh, you gotta go to a different hospital, level 2. I'm like, level 2, right. So we go over there. Basically, long story short, my baby stopped growing in the womb. He had reverse cord flow. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, reverse cord flow. So this is when I think he was at 30 weeks. So he had a little bit to go, but he was due in January. He came in November. So that's how early he was. So basically, we get to the hospital, and the doctors say, based on this, your son has an 8% chance of survival.
At that moment right there, I know as a dad, like,
it destroyed me, brother, and because like I'm supposed to protect him, and I can't protect him, and I realized, I told that doctor, I said, you save my fucking son, or bitch, I'm gonna kill you. And I really looked at her. I meant that shit, and I told her, I said, we already in a fucking hospital, so it ain't gonna be hard. She walked away. And my son is 7, going on 8 now. So
congratulations.
Thank you. Yes, amen. Now my son was born with cerebral palsy. He had a level 2 brain bleed, so he was born with cerebral palsy. But thankfully, he's on the side of the spectrum that is not completely dependent. He doesn't need a wheelchair or, his biggest walking device is some braces that don't even come up to his kneecap. So I had to watch my baby grow up for the first month in a box. I couldn't touch him, couldn't hold him, couldn't smell him, couldn't love him, couldn't kiss him, right? So I'm thankful.
The Check-in.
Madison Bowl in Oakley is open 24 hours for your convenience and pleasure. Open 7 days a week with 32 top condition lanes for good times and better shots. Madison Bowl serves leagues and open bowling. Convenient, automatic computer scoring leaves you free to just enjoy the game. And speaking of games, how about these? And don't forget the good food and fun in the restaurant and lounge. Madison's friendly, helpful personnel ensure your bowling pleasure and fun for the whole family. Madison Bowl.
For all my true believers, you are now checking in with JustinJusto. Go beyond plus ultra!
What's going on, everybody? This is the Check-in, and I'm Justin with Justo. Today we're here with
AG the motherfucking God. Don't forget the motherfucking. We're talking about vaccines, so I said I have to say this, like, watching my son fight for life, do I feel like certain vaccines he should get? Yeah, polio, certain things that can take him out of Ebola. Not Ebola, but you know what I mean? Like, real.
The things that are actual threats to their life.
Yeah, like the flu, I don't give the flu vaccine.
No.
All due respect, I have never caught the flu in my life.
What about COVID?
No.
You didn't do COVID for them?
For the children, no. I don't. It was too fast for me.
What about yourself?
I got it for work. But I only got one because I don't know.
Enough to just get by.
I got enough to get by. It was too fast for me. When it comes to science and medicine, I like results. I like results. I don't like statistics or probabilities. I want actual results. It's bad enough when you get, when you do get a vaccination, you're already getting a version of it in your body for your body to make antibodies. You know how that shit works. But it's just like, I don't know. Honestly, the fact that COVID-19 was not new, like, all due respect, it was a terrible pandemic, right? But if you look at a Lysol bottle, it's been on Lysol bottles for years. Kills COVID-19. It's not a new virus. It just took off the way it did. So, I don't know. I didn't trust giving my kids that vaccine because it was too new for me. It just...
So you do the vaccines, okay. Well, this has been our time, man. I appreciate you coming on and talking, man.
Thanks for having me. I hope to come back again.
Hey, I'd definitely love to have you. This is going to be a new thing I start doing here. 30-minute segments, 5-minute segments, 10-minute segments. The check-in. This is Justin with Justo, and I'm here with...
AG the motherfucking God. Don't forget the motherfucking.
Hope you guys like what you heard. Like, comment, subscribe, and do not forget to like and subscribe. We out here.
Peace. Peace.
For all my true believers, you are now checking in with JustinJusto. Go beyond plus ultra!